Our ancestors kept track of time long before we had clocks in our pockets and on our wrists. They needed to tell the time in order to navigate, grow crops, and gather resources before sunset. This means that clock-keeping devices were innovated over thousands of years to what we have today. So in this video, we will go over the earliest natural clocks that we used, the mechanical clocks that helped shape the Industrial Revolution, and the leap towards modern clocks. Ancient human civilizations relied on nature to keep track of time, with the best example being the sundial at around 1600 BCE. It is a disc with a rod sticking up, which keeps track of the time following the shadow casted by the sun. It's not very precise, but it is enough to help people divide their days up into mornings and afternoons. We don't know which civilization was the first inventor, as we have seen this device in ancient Babylon, Egypt, and China, all separately from each other. At a few hundred years BCE, we have seen evidence of water clocks that keep track of time by dripping water at a constant rate, allowing us to keep track of time at night. They are also a bit more precise, allowing us to divide time into hours. In terms of days of the year, the ancient civilizations relied on stars and the sun to keep track of seasons and rituals. These civilizations already had a rough idea of the days in a year before our widely used 365-day Gregorian calendar in 1582. In the first 1,000 years CE, we started to see candles and hourglasses to keep track of time. We can change the amount of wax and sand to keep track of different time lengths, making them a lot more reliable, especially on ships. Around the 1400s, we started seeing more mechanical clocks powered by weights, called the verge and foliot escapement. Those work by swinging the two weights side to side while spinning a wheel, and they are accurate to the hour. Then, in the 1600s, pendulum clocks were created, as they keep track of time by swinging a weight back and forth. Those clocks are accurate to the second, as it takes around the same amount of time for the weight to oscillate. At around the same time, watches powered by springs were also invented, as they use springs to oscillate the wheel inside the watch. Before the invention of batteries, those watches had to be winded up by hand. Moving on to the modern devices, we arrived at the quartz clocks in the 1900s. When we send an electrical signal via a battery, the quartz will vibrate exactly 32,768 times per second. And if we have a circuit that counts the vibrations, it will know exactly when a second has passed, making them very accurate. However, they aren't 100% accurate since they vibrate differently under different temperatures. Luckily, we found something more stable, the cesium-133 atom. It releases around 9.2 billion cycles of microwave radiation every second, and we can measure exactly how long a second is based on how many of the cycles that we detect. Known as the atomic clock, the oscillations of cesium-133 are so stable that it wouldn't lose a single second over millions of years. And there we have it. We first relied on nature to keep track of time through water, sun, and the stars. But we were able to make more precise and portable clocks by measuring the oscillation of something every second. From the pendulum to an atom, as long as we know how many times it oscillates every second, we know exactly how long a second is. Though we don't need to keep cesium in our phones, as a piece of quartz is accurate enough for us on a day-to-day basis. I hope that you all have learned something interesting today. Thank you for your time, and stay hydrated.